The Wolf Among Us 2 is rumored to be on hold. We're going to talk about that in this video. So The Wolf Among Us Season 2, again, is going to be releasing in 2021. But a lot of people may be confused by why I have this titled on hold. In a Reddit post a couple days ago, the user Here It Is My Dude explained why The Wolf Among Us 2 is on hold. And I'm going to explain what that means. Again, it doesn't sound as bad as you think. And again, this is a rumor, so don't even take this as fact. If this ends up becoming true, though, please take what he says and what I, reiterate to you here is very important. So we're going to go straight into the Reddit post. There'll be a link to this down below in the description. And there's also some potential info into what The Wolf Among Us 2 could have and so far in its development. So, the Telltale team is at a point where Wolf 2 is on hold, as they have made a ton of assets for Wolf 2 and have all the core mechanics working, dialogue trees, and have locations they know without a doubt will appear in Wolf 2. So, again, if this ends up becoming true, these are leaked locations for The Wolf Among Us 2. We have Bigby's place, the Woodlands, business office, and some New York street settings. However, now they have to wait for Ad Hoc to really start the story, so they know what to actually start crafting gameplay and story-wise. In the meantime, they'll work on Poker Night 3, which they hope to announce at E3 and release a few days later digitally. Also around this time, I would expect Tales from Borderlands 1 to be announced and Return to Telltale. I talked about this in the last video I did. But the interesting part of this is that it seems Telltale is starting to get, just in general, some locations that they know, core mechanics that they have, for choice, all that kind of stuff. Because again, even though this will be on a new engine, they're still going to keep this relatively like a Telltale game. And here's what he means by on hold. It's not on hold as delayed. It's on hold as in they have a bunch of things ready to go, but they realistically can't go further until the story is further along. So they're working on a smaller project as they wait for the story to reach a point where they can start building scenes. So it appears to me Ad Hoc will be working on the story of The Wolf Among Us Season 2, and Telltale will be obviously developing the game, making it. So again, interesting that this actually is going to fruition, and Telltale, while Ad Hoc works on the story and stuff, will release Poker Night 3 and get rights back for Tales from the Borderlands 1, according to this rumor. Someone had asked the leaker, how will The Wolf Among Us 2 play exactly, since he hasn't said anything about it. And this is according to him. It's not going to be that different than an average Telltale game. 4 prompts when speaking with a timer, exploration choices, etc. However, gameplay-wise, it's planned to be similar to what the final season of The Walking Dead was doing. There will be larger hubs that have an over-shoulder camera and smaller ones that are with fixed camera while exploring. An ability to smell is supposed to be introduced, but I'm not sure to what extent it will be used, as well as a more dynamic inventory system and money system. There will still be QTs for most combat sequences, but they plan on having boss fights. Now, this is the part that I don't know. This would be very interesting for Telltale to incorporate into their game, where Bigby is in an arena where it plays much more like a video game. Think similar to a game like the Batman Arkham games, but against one bigger enemy and not as fast or intense. And yes, the trailer is a good indication of how the actual game will look. So again, the original trailer of what we had with The Wolf Among Us 2, that's likely how the game's going to look. About a month ago, I discussed what I wanted to see and how Telltale had already confirmed there was going to be new gameplay elements added to The Wolf Among Us Season 2. This smell thing, that's very interesting. That would be very, very different in terms of a Telltale game. Big being able to use his scent. Again, this is a Telltale game, so I can't expect it to be that enhanced, but with a new engine. And obviously, I knew they were going to probably incorporate the over-the-shoulder Walking Dead final season type gameplay into the Wolf Among Us 2. It's very interesting to hear that they plan to have that in terms of hubs and stuff. And the combat, the boss fights, that would be very interesting. I don't know if they're going to have gameplays like Batman Arkham like this, he says. But, man, Bigby against one big enemy and kind of like a boss fight where you have a lot of control of him, that would be so revolutionary for just the Telltale game in general. And them saying there's going to be a dynamic inventory system and money system, so maybe collectibles like The Walking Dead final season, and money, maybe we'll be able to use get new outfits and stuff. So I could see this happening realistically, but it's going to have elements of an old Telltale games and a lot of new elements combined together by the looks of what I'm hearing based on what he's saying. And the last thing I want to discuss is that he basically states the story is almost non-existent at the moment. I don't mean that as in there's nothing but just outlines and ideas. Far from Queen's script. The only thing that he knows, and again, this is a rumor, is that the story has a bad guy that they want to appear multiple times to fight. So a main villain in The Wolf Among Us 2. I mean, we kind of had that a little bit in The Wolf Among Us 1 with the Crooked Man and Bloody Mary, but they're going to have probably just one centralized villain. So how The Walking Dead, for example, had Carver. Maybe that's what they'll be doing for this. But that is very interesting. One major villain, so maybe we'll have to make a video discussing who the villain could be. And he reiterated more in that The Wolf Among Us 2, again, is going to be coming out in 2021. So, that's a lot of information. We may just talk about all the gameplay aspects again in another video if you guys want me to talk about that more in depthly. But The Wolf Among Us 2 is on hold. Not as in delayed, but in a way as they've got a lot of stuff to be doing, and they want to get, you know, like I said, little things out while Ad Hoc works on the story. Let me know if you think this rumor is true or not, and what do you think of it? Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let's go for 500 likes, and be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel and want to keep up to date with any information on Wolf 2. Y'all have a great one, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.